So if you're not happy with the recording, just let me know and I will take care of it, okay?
Which, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. Marie, did you want to allow me to rename?
Oh, yes, of course. Let me do that right
I don't know
now.
if you have to go on your back end and allow your
Yes.
guest to rename, but.
All right.
Just
Yeah, it's easier to see your name, right?
Well, just put it in front of the company name. That's
and you want Paul
Matamoros - Metro Properties Holding Company.
Okay, there you go.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to ask the question again, and we're already recording. And so, Alex, how do you pronounce your last name?
Mironov.
Mironov. Okay. And so my question to you is, what do you do, and what is something that you offer to people that is really good to work with you?
Okay. Well, since this is my first visit with the group, I'm not really familiar with any focus or concentration in business with this group. I'll describe everything that I do. So in the United States, I primarily focus on home improvement. So I own one business that is called Klappenberger & Son, Montgomery County, Maryland. We do basically painting, renovation, those type of services. I also co-own an interior design company that is called Remote Kitchen and Bath. So these are my main businesses in the US. Separately from that, I own a shipping and logistics company that does a little bit of global business, primarily shipping oil products.
Wow.
So in the US, basically, like I said, what I'm trying to do is to target affluent clients, those who are purchasing properties or trading properties, and they want to renovate. So they basically look to us for ideas for design. We provide that, and when they find a design that they like, we can supply all materials and basically make their vision happen, provide materials and labor. We're trying to do that, this business nationwide, and obviously as far as labor, we're kind of limited to Maryland and Virginia and DC, Washington DC markets. This is where I have network of contractors that I can use. Everywhere else, we can basically supply design and all materials, and we can recommend a local contractor. We can find and recommend a local contractor, but it's up to the client to discuss and select a contractor to actually make projects happen. So in a nutshell, this is what I do.
Okay, well, thank you so much. That was awesome. Now, Alex, it's your turn to ask someone a question, and I will be the last to be picked. So you can ask anybody else a question and they'll have time to answer you too.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, why don't I ask Paul? Paul, could you tell me about your business and where you're located, what you do?
Здравствуйте, Alex. Меня зовут Pavel. I was a Russian student for a year and a half, I guess, back in San Francisco.
Very good. Good retention.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, so yes, in fact, I wanted to give you some kudos, Alex. I come from a line of builders, and I still have a general and electrical contracting company in San Francisco. So I definitely commend you for what you're doing. What I do now, though, specifically, I really focus on economic development for the city of Rio Rancho. I moved out here. I saw an opportunity, so I put an office out here. And what I'm doing is promoting development out here to stop the brain drain from the young, graduates of the university that leave here. With that said, I'm a commercial real estate broker here in Rio Rancho. So anything that we're going to do, we're going to be the prime, say, commercial brokers here. So I have a lot of projects that I'm promoting here, multi-million-dollar projects. But in the interim, I still have my business in San Francisco, my real estate business out there. And so that's basically what I do.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, Paul, your turn. It looks like we also have another person, Chris Collins. Chris, are you available by mic and video by any chance?
I will be in just a minute.
Okay. All right, Paul, your turn to ask another person.
Okay, great. So let's let's ask Ken. Ken, let me see. Now, what is it that you're focused in on as far as business these days, Ken? And how did you meet Fabulous Marie?
You don't meet Marie. Marie meets you, so you have to keep that into consideration.
You know, touche.
She's always on the move. She's always matching people up. But I'm in the what used to be called the radio business, but I'm going to call it the communication business because we do radio, but we also do YouTube and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So what we do is we are the platform for you to provide your message. So we're a messaging arm, and that's kind of what we do. So if you think about it, if you want to promote Rio Rancho in Southern California and tell people, hey, you don't want to be driving, and all that traffic and stuff, you could come on out here to New Mexico and establish your business and that kind of stuff. So we would be a good fit in that regard because we can tell your story. Now, some people would say that I'm a turncoat because I'm not promoting the local area, but I promote the advertisers and our clients, so, and they could be anywhere. We have clients in South Africa, London, Philippines, Japan, all listen to some of our shows that we have, especially the one that I do with Marie, which is called Fabulous Lifestyle. But we also have a new one that we just launched, and that is the Real Men of Real Estate. So that might be a fit for you.
I think I'm Marie's my connection. So definitely I'm there. So anyway, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very
Cool.
much.
Awesome. All right, Ken, now who would you like to ask?
Man, I already got a connection. I guess I could get off the air now. So just teasing. Okay, so is that Will? So I don't think I've met you, or maybe I have, but so what do you do and what is your focus?
Okay, thanks for asking, Ken. This is my first time in this group. I'm actually an IT consultant, and do I have an echo going on here?
I was going to say good. At least if I had met you before, that would have been bad, right? So it is your first time, so no mistakes yet. But go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, great. So I have an IT consulting startup with a focus on cybersecurity. I am in the Columbus, Georgia area, which is Fort Benning, Georgia, south of Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been doing government contracting and cybersecurity for the government for 13 plus years. And now I am kind of branching out on my own to service small to medium-sized businesses because I feel like they're being left out of the process. And with the digital transformation and the way that things are now, kind of, you're back against the wall. So I'm trying to reach out and help those businesses as much as possible. And I'm also offering a consulting as a service model, which is a little bit different than your traditional consulting, which the pandemic taught me pretty well on how to get this model together and how beneficial it is as far as time, cost, effort, and digital experience that I can bring to customers to have, better communication, and we can look at the problem instead of wasting time. I've been in business for about a year now. Just joined my local chamber, and I'm also a service-disabled veteran-owned small business. I am registered in SAMS.gov, Advanced Consulting Experts, and still looking at state and local federal contract opportunities, as well as just the local community, and trying to focus here and make my way out nationwide.
Awesome. Wow, that was amazing. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for your service too.
Thank you.
Okay, so who would you like to ask next? You still have two people, Chris or Jessica.
How about Chris? Like to see what Chris Collins has to offer and hear more about his business.
Hi, thank you, everybody. This is actually my first time here. I want to thank you for your service, because for every service person out there, giving what you guys did gives me a reason to be able to give you service now. And we're going to get all the homeless vets off the street and on their feet. I'm the founder of a 501c3 charity called Hope, housing our people everywhere. I like to look at it in two ways. Humans on planet Earth housing our people everywhere.
That's-
And letting people know that they need a home. And by housing this crisis that's going on with our homeless population, we can actually turn it from a poverty situation to a prospering situation. And there needs to be a new line. And this being a real estate group, it's wonderful because in California, I gave legislature to your governor there, and he wound up writing it into law about 6 weeks ago. And now they're building 42,000 steel framed homes for the homeless. They're only 84 square feet, but they are temporary. We want to do the permanent supportive housing. So we want to look at all the opportunity zones in every community across the country. And it doesn't matter where you're at, we want to be involved in that community. We've got youth programs, we got prison programs, and we've got job creation. But it's an empowerment situation where we do the youth incubators where they can go and dream, and we can make those realities come true, because every dream is just a reality that hasn't happened yet. And we want to make sure that we fulfill them to continue to always be able to use their imagination. And I've been doing this for 16 years. I was brought into the meeting from Jessica. I just met her in another meeting prior to this one, and I'm just very glad to be here. But I would love to see what kind of value I might be able to be to your group, and what your group might be able to be to us.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much. All right, yeah, it looks like you have Jessica now that you can ask a question.
You might not understand the format.
Oh, Chris, you're supposed to ask a question to Jessica.
Okay. Hi, Jessica. We didn't get to talk much together earlier. It was other people talking along with us, getting to know each other. But I'm excited about knowing what you can find out in Rochester in real estate that's in the opportunity zones that I know is there. I already looked yesterday. So if you can bring any value to me maybe on that, is that the kind of question I'm supposed to be asking? Because I did have a question for her, but I didn't get asked it earlier in my other meeting. So
It's more like I'm a member of Fire Connect. So again, she doesn't pay me to say these things and kind of co-lead sometimes. But the Q&A is kind of like, you can almost ask any question. It's just a way to get to know where people are at and create synergy for the rest of the meeting. So it could be a professional question, it could be a personal question, kind of up to you, but more so on first getting to know someone and building that rapport. If that helps.
yes, it did. How long have you been in the venture capital, real estate, the consulting kind of thing that you've been doing right here?
That's a great question. I started as a virtual assistant and then kept hitting walls and realized I'm more than a virtual assistant. So in total, it's been 5 years of just entrepreneuring and pioneering things. And I just recently stepped into the joint venture world space about 2 years ago. So hitting the ground running, and I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jessica. All right, your turn, Jessica. You can ask me a question.
Haha. Okay. So my question for you, based on the event last night, was what was your favorite, who's the favorite person you met last night and what was the outcome?
Oh my God, you can't ask me that question. They're all
Yes,
my
I can.
favorites. I invited everybody. But here's one thing I can tell you. I really enjoyed honoring the military veterans and active duty reserves. And I was like telling them all the terms. It's like, okay, I'm getting familiar with all these titles, but we were able to honor them. They told us what their titles and how many years they've been in the military. And it was really incredible, such an honor to have that. So we took pictures of them and we did a lot of video production. We had over 40 people last night and it was very intimate. They ended up really collaborating. I was trying to connect people for so long, some of them, because their busy schedule. I couldn't get their schedule to be connected. And last night I was able to, hey, I've been introducing you to this guy. You need guys to meet. And so I was able to do that last night. And I was so happy to connect everybody. And also New School of Architecture and Design is the sponsor of this location. And they are offering the location for any kind of business networking. So if you are interested in connecting with New School of Architecture and Design in San Diego downtown, you definitely want to reach out to me and I will connect you to them and take advantage of that. If you wanted to have a clientele in San Diego, this is the perfect place for you to create a venue and an event, okay? So, so anyway, thank you so much for that Q&A. We're gonna move on now to the next part of our meeting, which is what we call, the expert section. I want to talk about website designing, especially now I hear Will is the IT consultant here. And I want to get your perspective on how you are working on your website in terms of your business and just a broad perspective of your information. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Alex since I started with him. Alex, what do you think about your website designing and how it works for your business?
I understand that I don't know anything about website design and how to make this website work, which basically the purpose of a website is to generate a flow of leads. So I always outsource all of my website work, design and SEO and everything to basically to who I think is the most qualified to do it. Like for our design and remodeling business, I found a company actually in Pennsylvania that specializes on servicing this kind of clients. And from other people in the industry, I've heard that they are the best. They basically achieve the goal of generating a lot of business and making sure that you get a lot of leads for very cheap, which is the ultimate goal. So I immediately contacted them and just they take care of everything for us.
Awesome, Alex. Okay, thank you. What about you, Paul?
What was the question again?
Website designing is our topic. And
Yes.
just wanted to see where you're at with your website or how is it working for your business?
Yes. In fact, before I got on this meeting, I was talking to my marketing people in San Francisco. So I have a campaign going on there. And so we are going to incorporate a landing page for clients over there that can come into our our home web page. And so there's going to be some changing of our page because definitely I'm still marketing San Francisco and now Rio Rancho. So definitely I am one that your web presence is very, very important. And like Alex mentioned, you have to see who does a good job. And the marketing people that I'm using in San Francisco came highly recommended and they really do a good job. And so in order for you, I remember these famous words that my dad, and you guys probably heard them from your relatives or people, but in order to make money, you have to spend some money. And but I think the caveat is how are you spending your dollars? You have to be very smart in how you're going to be spending them. And so so that's what I'm doing there. Here in Rio Rancho, I have an ongoing marketing campaign going on here too that seems to be working. We had a good webinar yesterday. I hold webinars every Thursday, and we had two really key people, one from New York and the other one from California yesterday. So And I
Awesome.
invited, anyway, so, oh, and before I forget, Chris Collins, when you first came on, I thought for a minute there that Joaquin Phoenix was visiting us. Has anyone ever told you you look like, I mean, is it just my perspective? He just happens to be one of my favorite actors, not that I watch a lot of movies.
Oh, we have a celebrity here.
No, has anyone ever said that to you? At least from this perspective?
No, sir, that's actually the first time.
Yeah, Joaquin, and I meant that as a compliment.
That I look like Moses. So I was like, okay, I've never heard that one either.
No, does anyone, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is an outstanding actor, but I don't know, maybe it's just the way I see things, but.
Well, that's good. We'll make it like this is like a celebrity. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Ken. Ken, what about you? What's your deal with the website?
Well, I'm not a big fan of them, but basically, I'm with the other guys. Outsourcing is like my key. My platform actually builds on top of a website, so it's best that you have a really good website. And then my program works extremely well at soliciting people. I look at a website as a gas station with no roads to it. So I build the roads, you have the gas, it's in your website. So.
All right,
Fantastic.
good perspective. Chris Collins.
I'm not a big fan of them either, but we do need them. It's a great tool to have people engage with what you're doing. I'm actually working on ours to have an interactive VR session so our children can be able to have positive things to do anywhere they are in the country every day. And I happened to get to see some of it today, so it was really cool. It was the first time I ever got to visualize it, so it's always been a dream. But those website presence mean a lot, but I want to be able to get people to come there and go to all of my collaborations and work with whoever you need anywhere you are to know that you got a solution to a problem. You just got to reach out and be in the right network. And when we do a website, it should be like a web and it's all connected. So, you know, everybody should be able to benefit if somebody comes to your website, not only just you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Jessica, and I'm going to have Will be the last one since he's an expert here. Jessica, go for it.
I love how Marie comes up with the topics like on the fly. I see what you're doing. But also it's a really important topic because I think a lot of people infuse resources into something that isn't always the main lead gen source, and it really depends what someone's wanting to do with the website. So it doesn't make much sense to have like a $10,000 website if it's not actually an ROI for you. So I actually haven't had a website to do this sort of work I've been doing, but now I'm getting to a place where I see sometimes it is helpful for credibility. So people just need to know that you're a real person, and but there are ways to infuse that sort of presence and awareness and credibility without a website too. And let me hold on. I had one other note about that. Website designing, I think is what you were saying. Yeah, I mean, I know people, they just use a one sheet and they're able to just do, I guess it's just really relative to the point of having it, and not hiding behind it, because you still need to do outreach, you still need to be visible, and that is a great start to being visible by just having a key place people can learn about you. But it's not the end all be all. You can have a 10K, 100K website if you want, but if you're not good with people, if you don't follow up with people, it doesn't matter how good your website is and your web presence is. It's the people that matters, I think. So those are my 2
Awesome.
cents.
Thank you, Jessica. Okay, Will, I can't wait. Your turn.
Okay, all right. Just a couple of things. I'm in a process of working on my website to redo it myself. So it's not perfect yet, so don't use me as an example, but I do know some of the best ways to go about this. So landing page that converts, that's one of the most important things. When you get a customer, you want them to convert. So what they have now is what you call the digital experience. And the digital experience means a lot on your website because the average market research shows that the average customer will be there between 3 and 5 seconds. So you have 3 to 5 seconds to sell yourself, sell your business, have interactive pages, give them the information that they need to, which comes to like the live chat and the chat bots. Chat bots can save a lot on resources if you have those with some type of a knowledge base. Live chat agent can help because that's a way for them to send an email and you can capture leads that way, or don't miss a customer because they had a question on your site but didn't feel like emailing. You know, it kind of saves time there. Story building is very important to tell your story on your website. And I've noticed that a lot of times if you have a graphic designer, sometimes it's best to have a content writer as well because they're two different fields. You know, one can make it look very good. The other one knows how to tell your story and to put the content out there that's hard for us to sometimes say and can get those conversions. In the real estate, I'm thinking something as simple as a password manager costs about $9 a month. But if you have all your client information there, you can also post on your website that all clients' data is secure with 256-bit military grade encryption. That kind of brings an attention that shows customers, hey, I feel safe dealing with this person because my data is going to be safe. Also, you know, lead capture methods on your site, such as a survey or any type of little engaging thing that you want to put on there that a customer will click on to take a survey or to download a white paper or something like that, just to gain a email address is also a good way to capture leads from your site. But that is my take on it. And also always have an SSL for your site for, you know, your security, HTTPS type of thing. And that way that you're always safe and up to date.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Will, for that valuable information. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to talk about website is because I think since I specialize in personalized branding, I always look at what's in front of me. And when I'm looking at someone's business, it is the face of your business. So, you know, always look at it as where if you're looking at someone else's business, the first thing you're going to look for is the website. Am I right? And what is your first impression when you look at someone's website? You have a first impression about the business just because of the website. And sometimes that hinders people from connecting with the company because the website wasn't very friendly, wasn't user friendly, or it wasn't very professional. So it kind of creates that first impression that might, you know, hinder people in connecting with you. So, you know, when you're in business, always look at the branding part of your business. Make sure that you, is it consistent with the way you provide your services? If you have, you know, this is your technology website, you got to look at all the technology part of your business and make sure that you have that in place. So I wanted to make sure that we all understand, you know, the value of that. I know a lot of people don't like to focus on that because they're really focused on the service, providing the services, but you know, the branding is a key. You got to have your branding in place in order to make it right. And Will, thank you so much for that information. Love that information. Okay, so let's take 30 seconds to just provide feedback to what you heard today. And so at least we know that you learned something, or you at least, you know, really appreciate what you got from everyone. So you can just text it or put it on the chat. And then while you're working on that, I will move on to the next part. So it's 30 seconds, please. Okay. All right. So next part of our meeting is what we call the business share time. This is your opportunity. We have enough time to share. Try to keep it to 1 to 2 minutes for each one, okay? And you can share one of the three things, a success story that kind of gives some ideas of your accomplishments, or a challenge that you're dealing with that you want people to know and get some ideas on how you can, solve the problem, or a specific goal that you want to accomplish, and you have to give us a time frame of completion. Because if you're going to say I want $1 million and there's no time frame, it's not going to work for us. So either of those three things. Okay, so I'm going to start with Alex again. I hope you don't mind. I keep starting with you, but go ahead.
All right. So I guess success is the major success, I guess, is this year we managed to maintain our record revenue numbers from last year. Last year was amazing for us, and construction and real estate was very unusual. This year we managed to actually maintain the same level and even exceed it a little bit. The challenge is the major challenge this year is finding good people to work with us, basically finding good contractors. Contractors are becoming more expensive. Materials are becoming more expensive. Everything's becoming more expensive and difficult to find. And the support, well, basically the support, what I'm looking for is also the reason why I'm here today is I'm looking to expand my network. This is the key to generate additional business and also to find people to work with. So here we are.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's move on to Paul.
Oh, okay. Well, recent success, yesterday at the investor webinar, I didn't have too many people show up, but the two that did show up, they were very key components to what I'm trying to do. What I mean by that is that there was a seasoned commercial broker investor from California, and then the other one was from New York, and me being from San Francisco, there's a special component from the cities that you need in something like this, and that's dealing with urban type of products, international flair. So that to me was great. So the success was, what can I add to people that are coming? And I think, Marie, I'm learning so much from you that not only am I looking for investors that are coming to be part of this big, legacy here, but what can I give to people? And so I have a lot of experience in the construction and real estate industry through my family. And so yesterday's topic was on the referral fee. And I was going to reach out to a couple of people, Marie, that you know, but this class is going to happen again. But I got such positive feedback from this because I keep in contact with my attorney and attorneys in California, and I'm not an attorney. I don't claim to be one, neither do I want to be one. But anyway, so I've always, pressed it upon myself that if I'm going to be a businessman that I've always wanted to be, you have to keep educating yourself. And what better form to be noticed than to share that information, right? So that was successful as far as promoting projects, what people can expect. I want people to come in, but I want them to come in right. In other words, we want people to come in legally speaking. We want them to know that, hey, I want to be part of this. We have connections. What do I do? What's the protocol here? So we're going to accommodate for that. The challenge or my goal for the future, definitely these are huge development projects, multi-million dollars, and will probably continue on in billions, but to build a city. So my challenge is by probably first quarter next year, I do want to reach at least either in the 20 million bracket to 100 million bracket that we could have inside the investor pool to at least close off and begin a couple of the projects and then continue. I must say that what Alex said is crucial as far as getting work these days. That's why I've even reached out to the union reps out here, because I grew up in San Francisco going through the union apprenticeship programs. And right now, workers, you can't find them. And so we want to get to the point where we could train them. Mhm.
All right. Okay, thank you, Paul. We'll
You're
have more
welcome.
time later, okay?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to Ken.
Man, it's a recurring theme here. Employment. People that can get stuff done. Yeah, I can't believe in less than a year that there's nobody that is out there that needs a job. But I guess that's the case. So my challenge is actually getting organized for 2022. I've got, well, just with Marie, I have 4 shows. So that I've got to get organized. And then I've got about another 4 or 5 after that. So I'm gonna have a big year, and I got to find somebody that can help me stay organized. So that's my biggest challenge, I think.
Yeah, Jessica there. Yeah.
There you go. I got Jessica.
All right,
All right.
let's go to Chris.
The one thing, there is this employment crisis, they say. People have to enjoy what they do. That's something that they're lacking. People just go out here and get a job because it's paying a paycheck and they're living week to week. And we need to set them up for those careers. The union reps, when we talk about those union companies, they are losing 85% of their workers. But we've got a generation of kids that don't have the mentality or the mentality of thinking they want to go do labor work. And it's a lot of that job has to do with thinking. It's not necessarily a backbreaking situation anymore. They got equipment for that. But we have to embrace the community, find out what it is that inspires a person, and give them that job. And we're promoting 1,000 different careers as we do our thing here, but we want to embrace all the local businesses and empower them, because they're the ones that are actually supplying the work or the money for the people that are in the community now, and just try to bring some unity to the community. So thank you.
Thank you,
what I
Chris. Okay, let's move on to Jessica.
I'm loving this conversation. I think it's really, really timely because a lot of people are in, last week we were talking about our goals and end of year and then projecting into 2022. So I like the cadence from last week's talk and how to actually implement some of that into reality. So I appreciate y'all sharing your support needs. Of course, if I can be a resource in some way with that, being a member, I would like to do that. One of my immediate goals is to still have my 3 case studies with some of my offerings and services. So I'm still working towards that. A success I have is John Simeon, another Fire Up Connect member. We're teaming up on some projects and getting some things, getting some agreements and stuff set to go to hit the ground running on some efforts, which I'm really thrilled about. And the opportunity to have met Chris is another one of those who he's been getting to share our call together. So I think from that conversation I had with him earlier, I'm most proud of not rushing into things and taking my time with some of these calls. It might have been a slower start, but because I did it the right way, right now I'm having all these conversations where all of those contracts and things I was hoping for last year, now it's a different conversation. And I feel like I'm able to more maturely handle some of those things than where my mindset was last year. So there's favor and fortune in the follow-up and follow-up.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Will.
For the success, I completed a business cohort program at a local incubator we have here, just so I can really learn the business instead of try to figure it as I go. So it gave me, it was about 12, 13 weeks, I think the program was. So it gave me a good understanding on the challenges of running the business. And the challenge for me is going to be going from, I'm still doing a contract with cybersecurity out on the government installation, and going from that to full-time into my business is a kind of a scary transition. I'm sure others have been down that path, and that's where I'm at now. So some of the goal support needs, right now, I'm just trying to learn from others the best that I can, and also the way to best understand the difference between myself and my skill set and the business. Because I always looked at things like contract may come for a help desk opportunity, and I'm like, well, I don't really like doing help desk work, but my business can do help desk work, you know? So for being a consultant, it's a really fine line to understand that the business is more capable than I'm looking at myself to do, you know, without using a network, contracting resources, things like that. So really trying to wrap my head about that, around that right now, and kind of get an understanding and hopefully learn from other people.
Wow, that was awesome. Okay, well, it's gonna be my turn. I have so many projects, but I am really happy to have everything that I have right now, because it's a blessing. So I am launching 2 organizations next month. It's called the Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs, and the second one is called the International Wealth Builders Association. We have the radio shows that we launched a couple of months for Real Men in Real Estate, and we're adding another time slot for that, and that's going to be launching in January too. Fire Up Connect is going to have a radio show launching next month also. I've got some members that are already hosting, and if you are interested in any of these programs, let me know. I am involved with bringing investors to large development projects like Pulse project and other companies project. And if you guys are interested in collaborating with me, I'm open to have a one-on-one meeting with all of you. I think, you know, everyone in this group has such great, you know, programs and services, and I'm really happy to have met all of you. And I would like for you to consider joining Fire Up Connect, because it is a great way to establish good credibility and connection. Again, you know, this is just the few members that you meet, but we have meetings on Tuesdays at 3:00 p.m. and we have more people that comes into our meetings, and you will always meet somebody new. And that's something that actually, Paul, if you can share your experience about Fire Up Connect, at least they understand what it's doing for you as being a member.
Of course. Thank you, Marie. Well, like I mentioned, Marie's going to be my connection. I'm not a micromanager. I just look at the big picture. I'm a visionary type of person. What I've gained from the little time that I've known Marie, I was on the radio show, and that just opened up so much for me. I've always been, I've loved to be in front of big groups, but now take it, you know, in front of video or even radio, you know, it just is going to open up so much I could see for what I'm trying to do and promote here, because really what I'm doing here, it's a group effort. And I look at this more of a service for the United States. Anyone that lives in the United States likes to go to different cities and different states. So to be part of a legacy that you're building a city with groups of people, that to me is the ultimate, right? So this is what I'm getting from Marie, that just to get my voice out there.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Mhm.
All right, Jessica, you want to give some of your thoughts as a member too?
You mean the paid sponsorship part of our call today? No, I'm half joking, but I really value the consistency, and it really is the real deal. We've all been to BNIs, we've all been to different chapters where there's competition, and most people don't know how to network, but this is not one of those places. Like, we actually really do care. It really is about the human connection, and not just making people feel like you're pitching them and looking to take, but actually looking to be giving and finding those mutual ways to work on stuff. So that's exactly why Marie created this platform that you can be heard here. You are visible here because it's not like a huge group that you get lost in the numbers, and you really truly are one person away from just almost any kind of help that you need. It's just being vocal about it. So what I've appreciated being a formal member since probably I don't know what, sometime this year, maybe the spring or something, is my confidence, really. This has been a platform that, as I've been showing up for myself and being literally more visible on camera and stuff, I really attribute that to being more comfortable, more confident, and that's part of some of the celebrations and stuff that are happening now is because I prioritize this to be just one professional dev avenue for me. And she's so generous too. Like not that she picks favorites, or it's not even about that, but it really is one of those communities that the more you put into it, the more you show up. Like she's right there with you. And it's like the 80-20. Like if you're gonna be one of those 20s, there's a lot that Marie can be a resource for. So I'm very grateful for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica. And Ken.
Well, I'm actually building a business off of FireUp Connect. And so a lot of people are going to sit there and say, well, there was only 4 or 5 people here today, but there were 40 yesterday. They probably had one too many cocktails, and so they couldn't make it this late. But Marie is always here, and she puts together some great events, and you get a lot of people. So if you think about it, if you want to speak in public, there's nothing better than utilizing the platforms that we have, and specifically radio. You're going to talk to 80,000 people. Maybe 79,000 turn you off because they don't want to hear your message, but that's 1,000 people. One of the things I try to explain to people is that when you use social media in conjunction with radio, you're talking to 100 people a day in 15 minutes. And try to make 100 calls and actually talk to somebody and have them listen to you. That's not going to happen. And that's the power, actually. That's the power of the branding that Marie brings. And because she's the content, all I am is the platform. You buy the platform, you put the content in there, and you'll make money. If you buy the platform and you have no content, you're not going to make any money. If you just buy the content, then you're a secret agent, and nobody even knows you're out there, even though you're. So when you combine the two together and utilizing the FireUp Connect model, you're going to end up being very successful within a year without having to pressure people to buy stuff or anything else. Because what you want to do is you want to demonstrate your expertise. And when you demonstrate your expertise, people will come to you. So it's kind of a hard thing to tell people or to explain to people. But if you look at all the major people who made a lot of money, they're storytellers and they're sharers. And people who are sellers and sharks, they may be successful for a while, but then they're going to burn out. And, and so that's why I'm part of FireUp Connect. FireUp Connect has been very beneficial to me. And it will be beneficial to you too if you utilize all the resources that we have. And we got more resources than you can even shake a stick at. So even more than even I know, and I've been a member. So, okay, is that enough?
Thank you, Ken. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell it what they need to say. Anyway, I want to get
A
feedback.
second sponsorship, like paid advertising sponsorship. That's it.
Let me get some feedback from the first-time visitors. Alex, what did you think about our meeting?
I enjoy the format. I like the group. I like that it's a fairly small group and we all get to talk without rushing through a 30-second presentation. So that's something new. I like it. It's
All
very,
right, thank
very
you.
refreshing.
Okay, and Chris, what did you think?
Oh, yeah, no, I most definitely like the community that's here, that's been brought into it. And like you said, you had some 40 people in there yesterday. I would love to have been in that meeting to see those amazing people that you have connected with. And I see nothing but glorious future for this whole entire endeavor. And just thanks for letting me be part of it.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. Will?
I really like the format of the group, and again, being in the startup, it's important for me to be comfortable and be able to really ask those questions, with people that I feel like are listening. And kind of like what Jessica said, everybody's not trying to pitch everything to each other. It's more of a conversation and a growing experience with which I really like and very interested in.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Just know that, this is just a meeting to get information about your business, but the connection actually comes in after we get to know you. I have a lot of connection, very diverse in the real estate, technology, healthcare, and even fashion industry. So I have so many people that I can connect to, whoever, and it's just the way I work because I've been doing the business. I came from the healthcare industry for 15 years. Then I had my own real estate brokerage in 2005. I'm a licensed real estate agent, and I've done a lot of projects. And then now I'm in the commercial industry, and I've done a lot of community events where the fashion industry came in, and where the community, the city of my community sponsors all my events, where I bring live events like 300 to 500 people. And so I am so connected to so many people that can help everything that you do. Alex, you'll be surprised how many people I can connect to you. Chris, I really want to learn more about what you do. I think, and Will, you have tremendous knowledge. I think if you really, understand the value of Fire Connect, I think you're going to do well in this organization because of what you do. And transitioning from corporate world to being an entrepreneur, I know exactly where you're at. I've been there, and you got to believe in what you do, and just make sure that you focus on the outcome of your work. Anyway, I appreciate everybody's time. It's 12 o'clock. We are on time. Thank you so much for all your cooperation. Make sure you put your information on chat and follow up. Okay, follow up is the key. Connect with everybody, and if you wanted to join Fire Up Connect, please connect with me. Let's have a one-on-one meeting, and I can explain you more of the benefits that you haven't even heard for being a member of Fire Up Connect. There's a lot more, but I don't, I like to surprise the members when they come in and they, oh, I get that, or I get that. There's so many bonus that we give to the members, but I like to bless and surprise the members. And so if you feel like this is a good organization for you, I've been into so many networking groups. I've been president for so many organizations, but this is something that you can be, you can benefit and be a part of. Okay. Any questions from everyone or announcement? No questions? Okay. All right. I think we're good to go. And thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend, and enjoy your.
Wait, Marie, I was trying to get off mute. What was your gift? What did you get for your white elephant gift?
Oh, I got a book. It's like a spiritual book. So it was actually really cool. It's all kinds of letters about God and things like that. So I love that. So that's what
did you give for your gift? What did you?
I gave them this jingle bell ornament. It's yeah, it was really, and then a box of greeting cards, since I know they're gonna use it. So it was perfect.
And the stamp.
Yeah, so I and they loved it. We had a lot of food.
I know. I was looking. I was like, man,
about
I just have to sit here on the screen and watch everybody.
Wings, and there's empanada. There were some deviled eggs, and there was a big cake with all our logos in there. It was amazing. So we're gonna have a video coming out. You guys are gonna see that. And there were so many great people that these are leaders of the organization. You're talking about the president of San Diego Creative Investors Association, the founder of the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. These are the leaders that I have, so it was like really amazing. So many great people that were there, and you will see it on video. Okay.
Can I say something really quick? I wanted to say that every time we meet, it's really enjoyable because the different personalities and different backgrounds of people I just want to let Will, Chris, and Alex know that this meeting has been very, very upbuilding to me because of the differences that people have put in. And it seems like you guys are, if you're not leaders now in your industry, it seems like you're gonna be. So keep up the great work and hopefully we'll see you again.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have an amazing.
Thank you, guys.
See you. Bye now. Make it a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Bye.
great weekend. Thanks, Chris, for being here.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.